Hello everyone, welcome to Auto All About. So for today's video, we have got this beautiful Audi A3 2022 model with the S-Line package in this beautiful turbo blue color. In today's video, we will be taking a detailed, in-depth look at the Audi's entry-level subcompact sedan. The video will include the full details of the exterior, interior, and infotainment system along with the POV test drive. So let's begin with the exterior first. So now taking a look at the front end design. This particular model looks especially stunning with the high gloss package and this turbo blue color, which makes this car really sporty and aggressive from all different angles. Now coming in detail towards the front end, here we have got the nice Audi LED headlamps. There is always an option for the Audi's matrix LED lighting system, and in this particular model we have got a nice daytime running lamp on the top, which also works as a LED indicator lamp. And here we can see there is another part of LED which also lights up when you turn the car to any particular direction, and this is kind of a projector LED lighting here. A headlamp washer is given at the bottom, and below here we can see there is some blacked out elements part of the S-Line package with the front and side parking sensors. The car also comes with a option for the automatic parking, so these parking sensors helps with that function. Now looking at this beautiful large honeycomb front grille, and especially that black line above the grille, that makes the front end look really aggressive in this particular model. And here we can see a detailed look at the grille. Nice Audi logo along with the chrome lining around, and there is an area kept for the radar sensors if the car has an option for the adaptive cruise control. And at the bottom we can see there is a nice front lip kind of a design given. Overall, really nice looking front end, and you can see there are some character lines above the hood as well as on the sides, which again makes this car looks more sportier. There's a nice side skirt given in a gray color. Now coming towards the wheels, these are the optional 18-inch dual tone wheels, comes with a 225 series tires, and an S-Line badging is given on each side. And you can see there is a nice chrome lining given all around the windows, and the pillars are blacked out. The mirrors has got again a dual tone finish with a nice LED indicator lamp. All four windows has got the lock and unlock functions. Now having a look at the roof, here we have got a really nice large sunroof along with a black shark fin antenna. Now coming towards the rear end, we have got some nice full LED rear combination lamps here. There's a really beautiful sequential LED turn indicator integrated to this lighting, and the A3 and the 35 TFSI badging is given here. A rear view camera sits above the number plate and the trunk opening button as well. There are rear parking sensors given along with two fake exhaust tips. The rear exhaust sits below. So now let's open the trunk and take a look at the available trunk space. So there is no electronic assistance for the opening and closing of the trunk. So now if you take a look inside, it's a decent sized trunk here along with a spare tire at the bottom. Let's close it. The fuel filler cap is given on the right side, which is push to open kind of a design. So that's it about the exterior of the A3. Now let's get inside and take a look at the interior. Before that, Here is a look at the key fob. It's a really beautiful, sleek key fob. Comes with a lock and lock, and double tap to open the trunk buttons. So as I told, all four windows has got the keyless entry system integrated. Here is a area to tap and lock the car, and always grab the handlebar to unlock the door for you. There is no automatic mirror folding function available in this car. So now let's open the door. This is the beautiful interior of the particular model which we have got. There is a nice sport seats available as an option. It's an all real leather finish here. Taking a detailed look at the door panel, finished in all soft touch materials. Here on the top we have got some soft touch plastic finish along with some nice aluminum finish here, which also got an ambient lighting integrated into that, and also to the bottom of this portion, which can be configured in many different colors, which I will show you in the detailed review of the infotainment system. And now coming back to the door panel, we have got the lock and unlock button here with a solid plastic door handle, and along with the window controls. All four windows has got automatic up and down functions, and the mirror controls are here. Also the rear view mirrors are heated, so we can turn the knob to this position to activate the heating function. There's a trunk release button given here, and a nice amount of storage space. Two speaker grills are given here, part of the 8-speaker audio system. So as I told earlier, these are the optional sport seats available in this particular trim level. We have got 8-way power adjustments for the driver and manual adjustments for the passenger seats. There is 4-way lumbar support also available as standard in this model. And another noticeable thing is the adjustable thigh support here, which really helps tall passengers to get some nice thigh support. So let's get inside and have a look at the interior of the car. So here is a look at the beautiful front dashboard of the all-new A3, finished really in a nice and premium manner. There's a start-stop button given in the center console. So let's start up the engine. Really solid sounding door here. So we have got this beautiful Audi MMI infotainment system here with a 10.25-inch screen and a fully digital instrument cluster as well. There's a nice compact steering wheel with some squared out edges. It's not a flat bottom one, still it has got some really good compact shape with some nice grip. There are 2 paddle shifters integrated to the steering wheel itself. A horn is mounted on the center. Now taking a look at the left side, we have got the automatic lighting controls here along with the front and rear fog lamps controls. And on the left side of the steering column, we have got the indicator stack along with the cruise control system. There is no adaptive cruise control system available in this particular model. So to set the cruise to any particular speed, first you have to pull the lever towards you to turn on the cruise control system, then simply push this button on the side to set the speed limit or to set the cruise control limit. And there is always a speed limiter function also available. Simply press the limit button on the top, then once you set the speed, the car speed will be locked to that particular speed. And on the right side we have got the fully automatic windshield wiper control stack. Now coming towards the steering wheel itself, on the left side we have got the controls for the fully digital instrument cluster. So basically These arrows controls the top sub menus. We have got three options here. One is for the note, that is kind of a warnings to be displayed, and on the left side we have got a range button on a range notification on the top. And if you scroll down with the scroll wheel, you will go through different options, like the trip menus and the fuel economy details and the date and time, etc. Now again, if you come to the right side, that is for the media. Currently we are in the Bluetooth media option. If you put into radio stations, if you put it into radio mode, the radio stations will be displayed here, that we can select from this scroll wheel. Now again, we'll go back to the notifications on the left side, and the left and right dials are not configurable. These are fixed, and we have got an option to configure that display in the center of the tachometer. That also displays the current driving mode. We are currently in the dynamic mode, so that is being displayed there, and along with the gear display and the current fuel economy ratings. On the left side we can see there is an engine temperature gauge, and on the right side we have got some fuel gauges. So that's it about the instrument cluster. Now coming towards the right side, we have got the hands-free answering buttons along with the volume knob here with the mute on the center, and next and previous track options given here. And this is a configurable button which has got an option to configure to some particular functions, can be selected from the MMI touchscreen here. So taking a look at the interior, we have got some really nice finish here. On the passenger side, we can see there is a really good aluminum finish along with some textures given here, and the AC vents are really nicely integrated in the passenger side. But when you are coming towards the driver side, we can see the AC vents are kind of projecting out from the dashboard itself on both sides, but still overall it looks really nice, and all the materials on the top are really premium and soft touch. Now coming to the main attraction, the 10.25-inch Audi MMI touchscreen infotainment system. Here we are in the home screen. There is no navigation system available in this particular model, but we have got an option to add the navigation system as an optional extra. So currently we are in the home screen, which displays mainly 3 tabs, can be configured and moved here and there. You can always change the location of the tabs, and if you click on each of the function, it will take you to the specific function. This is for the media, so if you are into media, we can press that and go to the currently playing media, and here we can touch and go to the time and date settings. And then we have got the telephone. We can always click and jump into the telephone directly. Other than that, on the sides we have got these shortcuts, which are again configurable. We can move it to any other position as we wish. So we have got the options to go to the telephone, Bluetooth telephone, and the media player, and the radio, then to some car settings. So now coming into detail, if you scroll to the right, we have got multiple options, and this is a radio screen which has got standard radio player with some settings on the side. Then we have the media player here. We can play from Bluetooth or the USB, and again we can go to the same settings from this menu. The next one is the Bluetooth telephone, and then we have the phone app. That's basically for the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. The car comes with a wireless Apple CarPlay and a wired Android Auto. Then we have a car tab, which basically brings many car functions in one place. So here is the drive mode selector. We can select from different drive modes. There is an efficiency, which is an eco mode. Then we have a comfort mode and auto mode, and the dynamic mode, which is kind of a sport mode. Then there is an individual mode which can be edited here, and we can adjust the driving and steering levels according to your wish. So basically the drive modes are adjusting the steering and suspension settings in this car. So next one is a favorites tab. We can add any favorite functions to this tab to access them quickly. Next one is the main settings tab here. So we have got the general settings, which has the date and units, then the mobile phone charging signal. That is simply if we are keeping the mobile phone here in the wireless charging pad at the bottom. Once you switch off the car and leaving the car will give you a voice commands that you have to take the mobile phone and not to forget the mobile phone. So there's a speech to dialogue system, which is for the voice commands of the car. So these items are included in the general tab. But then we have the display and brightness controls for the virtual cockpit as well as for the MMI touchscreen. Both can be controlled from this menu. Then there's a language settings given here. Then we have the sound settings. So the car doesn't have much sound options in this particular model. As I said earlier, the car comes with a 8-speaker standard audio system in this car, but there is an option to configure it with a 50-speaker Bowers & Wilkins surround sound audio system. That will be a very good option to have. However, in this particular model, we have got the options to adjust the treble and bass along with the balance and fade functions. So those functions can be accessible always while playing a media. Now next is the system interface, that is basically for the software update of the MMI system. Then we have the connected devices. This is for the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. There is a Wi-Fi hotspot connection available here and the headset connection. These are all can be accessed through this particular menu. Now we have the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connections. So from here we can turn on the Wi-Fi and we can always turn on the Wi-Fi hotspot from the car. So once you have a device connected to the car through Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, we can use that Wi-Fi and add it as a Wi-Fi hotspot. That's how the system works. Then we have the entertainment tab here. This again brings up the same menu as we have seen in the media players. You go further, so there is an options for the telephone, contacts, messages. Then we have privacy, that is to display here. Activating privacy means that there is no online services are available. In the event of an accident, a connection is established to perform the emergency call. So the car basically comes with some online pre-activated functions from Audi. So those kind of functions will always locate the car and it will be tracking the car for some added security. That can be turned off from the privacy tab here. Then we have the notification tab. So what kind of notifications we need, we can toggle on and off from this menu, and the notification tab is accessible by dragging from the top. Then we have the announcement and sounds. That's basically for the feedback of the touch screen. So these are the menu items available in this car. Then we have a help tab that basically brings some setup wizard for the overall MMI system along with some usage tips. Other than that, we have got some tab called users. Here we can add users and some of their settings like the lighting, the equalizer settings, etc. will be saved to that particular user, and whenever you activate the user, it will automatically apply those settings for that particular user. And we have an option to read the messages for the phone which is connected to the system. So these are the functions in the Audi MMI system. And as I told you, there is an option to drag down to access the notification panel, and from here you can turn off the screen and we can tap it back to turn it on. Now once we go to the car tab, here we have the option to configure the ambient lighting in this car. There's some beautiful ambient lighting available all the way in this part and below here, and also all the way across the dashboard in this particular area. So that function is configurable from this menu in the lighting system. If you go to background lighting, we have got multiple options to choose from here, as you can see, from contour, that kind of a yellow color. Then we have multiple colors to choose from, and even with an individual selection here. From here we can see surface is basically for the area which is below this part and inside the wireless charging tray here. So the colors can be chose from all these different 30 colors available here. Really nice option. And similarly, we can choose the colors for these lines across the car, and even that continues behind for the passenger seat as well. So that is how the lighting system works in this car. And also for the exterior lighting, we have got some standard settings, such as the entry exit lights can be turned on and off, and the automatic headlights activation timer can be set here. And in the car tab, then we have some economy tips that basically gives you some tips to improve the fuel economy. And there is an option for the AC menu, which brings the automatic recirculation on and off function. Then we have the lights, which we have already checked, and the parking aid. This is some of the settings for the parking assist function of the car. Then we have drive assist. That's basically the speed warning. We can put any particular speed and the car will warn you at that particular speed. And rest recommendation function is also given there for continuous drivers. They will car will warn us to take rest if you exceed a particular timing. Then we have the settings and services. Here we have that steering wheel button, which can be configured for either of these functions. There is a traffic announcement system on and off, or we can switch between radio and media. These are the two options available to configure in that button. Then we have the hold assist, then the service intervals and the central door locking system, tire pressure loss indicator. So here we have to store the tire pressures once, then the car will warn you for any loss in tire pressure. Then wiper change position, we can basically press that to change the wiper position from that bottom part towards the other side of the windshield. So these are the functions comes under the car tab in this car. Now coming below, here we have got the AC controls nicely integrated at the bottom with a small screen. The car comes with a dual tone automatic air conditioning system. On the top we have always option for the auto and the sync button to control both temperature at the same time, and below here are the controls for the fan speed, temperature, etc, etc. So these are all toggle functions. And here is the air recirculation button, which can have three modes. There is auto mode, there is manual mode, and we can keep it as open. So below that we have some other additional car functions integrated here. We have the Audi drive select, again brings out the drive mode selections here, and then the stability control off function, the auto start stop function off button, then the hazard lights. Then here we have always option to bring the rear parking camera. It's a standard single camera along with the front and rear parking sensors. It has got that trajectory lines given as well. And then we have the option to bring the automatic parking function. This is one of the coolest function available in this car, and it's really easy to use and works really well. We can simply drive the car and select any side of the parking by simply putting the indicator towards that side, and the car will automatically detect any available parking space, and you have to stop and listen to the instructions given in the screen. We'll have to simply put the car to drive or reverse as the system says, and the rest of the part will be taken care by the car itself. A really easy to use park assist function. Now coming below, here we have a deep storage which incorporates the Audi phone box, that's the wireless charging station, along with two USB type C charging ports. Here we have another light given on the top, which also illuminates at night according to the mode lighting which are set here. Now coming below, we have got piano black element here for the S-Tronic Audi gear selector. This is an electronic gear shifter given here for the 8-speed automatic gearbox. Simply press the brake, put into reverse, neutral, or drive or sport from this lever. It always stays in the same position, and you can simply press the P button to bring the car into park, and the start stop button as we discussed earlier. And here we have a shortcut for the media controls. This is basically a capacitive touch button only for the volume controls. If you rotate your hand around the edges, that will increase or decrease the volume, and you can turn off the media player, mute it, or press these areas here and there to go for previous and next tracks. And the piano black element here is actually a fingerprint magnet. As you can see, there is already a lot of dust, and fingerprint is clearly visible in this surface. And below we have a electronic parking brake with a 12-volt outlet and a small storage space with two decent sized cup holders. There's a nice small storage space available in the center console, which is also adjustable according to the wish of the driver. And having a look at the glove box, a decent size glove box available in this car. Again, look at the French. These are really nice. And there is a frameless kind of a design for rear view mirrors, which also comes with a automatic dimming function as standard. If you take a look at the top side, here we have the controls for the lighting. You can push this button to activate the lighting here, and this is for the automatic door locking function on and off. And there are capacitive touch controls for all the reading lamps of the passengers. And you can see there is a nice sunroof available here, and it can be controlled using this button. The sunshades here comes with illuminated vanity mirrors, some nice grab handles given on the top, along with some cloth headliners. So this is all about the front end of the Audi A3. Let's take a look at the rear side now. Let's open up the rear door. So the rear door again opens similarly, almost 90-degree, like the front one. And you can see the rear doors top side is finished in some hard touch plastic, and we have some soft touch elements available here, along with that nice solid door handle, window controls, and that mood lighting system with that aluminum insert here with some storage pocket and another two speakers. Here is a look at the rear seats of the A3. Let's step inside and see how much space is available. So once we enter, you can see I'm 6 feet tall, and the front sport seats are adjusted to my level. And since we have got this kind of a slotted design here, my knees are not touching when I am in this position, but if I move my knees here and there, it will be slightly touching. So the car is a subcompact sedan, so it's not advisable for full-size adults. Here at the rear side, you can also see my headroom is also really tight here. Now let's take a look at the remaining functions. We have got a nice retractable handrest here with two cup holders, and there are rear AC vents available. There is no charging slot or anything, and there is a relatively high center hump is given here. That again makes it difficult for full-size passengers to be comfortable in this rear seat. If you look at the top, we have got two lamps given here, which doesn't have that capacitive function, but still positioned in a really good way. And overall, the headliner is kind of bulged in this area to get some more headroom out of it. There are two grab handles given on each side, and here is a look at the front cabin from the rear compartment. So that's it. Now it's time to check the engine bay and have a POV test drive of the all new A3. So in order to open the trunk, we can pull this latch here, and here is a look at the 1.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, which makes 150 horsepower along with 250 Newton meters of torque, mated to an 8-speed Audi S-Tronic gearbox. So really fuel efficient car. In fact, it gives a fuel efficiency of approximately 18 kilometers per 1 liter of petrol. So let's drive the car and see how well it performs. So let's try the parking assist function in the all-new Audi A3. It's pretty simple procedure here. If you have a parking found on the right side, simply put the indicator and press the parking assist button, and the car will scan for the parking. Once it finds, it will ask you to stop the car, and then it will ask you to put the car in reverse and simply wait for the car to park itself. You can change the gears once the car asks for it, and that's it. Pretty simple procedure, and one of the easiest park assist I have seen. Even though we have only a single camera available in the system, the parking sensors altogether does a very good job in assisting us for the parking here. So now driving the Audi A3 here as an entry-level subcompact sedan. This car is not about power or sporty driving. It's about the level of comfort it gives at the price point. This car is priced at around 150,000 dirhams here in UAE with these available options which we have discussed earlier. So at this price point, let's see what all the comfort features and conveniences given by this car. So first of all, talking about the seats itself, these are optional sporty seats provided in this particular model which we are driving. The seats are really comfortable, especially with this thigh support it provides. It's a really great comfortable feature for the tall passengers. So I'm overall happy with the seats and its design, and the air conditioning system as a whole. It takes a while to cool the overall interior of the car, even though it's less noisy and does its job decently. Now coming to the remaining features, the major thing, the Audi MMI touchscreen interface. It's a really easy to use one, and there is no complications at all. Pretty simple and straightforward design, and it's having a very good touch response as well. And even the digital instrument cluster is very easy and straightforward design. There is no complications. It's pretty simple and straightforward design. So there are less distractions mainly, and this media shortcuts given here as is also a really nice touch here. So without distraction, we can simply choose the tracks or control the volume. Even without a physical volume control knob, this does the job really nicely. Now talking about the power and the engine performance, as we discussed earlier, the 1.4 liter turbo with 150 horsepower, it's not a great number, and the 0 to 100 lies somewhere at 8 to 9 seconds. But if you put into dynamic mode and the sport mode in the gear selector, it gives you a very nice throttle response. And the major thing we have to think here, it's a really economical car. The car is priced in a budget range, and it gives a very good fuel economy numbers. On an average, we can get more than 15 kilometers of fuel economy per liter. That's a good number. Now coming to the audio system, the 8-speaker audio provided in this model is a value for money audio system, I can say. There is no surround sound effect or anything, but there is no distortion. It gives a really good bass. So without the premium optional surround sound system, this one gets the job done decently. Now in this particular model, we don't have any adaptive cruise control kind of driver assistance systems. Still, there are optional packages available to configure it with, and as we discussed earlier, the rear space is not that roomy. It's not good for adult passengers, but still we can have this car for a small family of 2 children and 2 adults. That will be perfectly suitable for this car. So anyone who is considering a budget luxury car, you can definitely consider the Audi A3, and I will definitely recommend the S-Line package, which gives this car an extremely sporty look and this turbo blue color is one of my favorite. So that's it about the Audi A3. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel if you like my videos. I will be back with some new videos very soon. Till then, take care, drive safe and goodbye.